fuimos a la montaña.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Film Jump with Jesse and Chris. I watched Society of the Snow, directed by J.A. Bayona.
Oh, okay. What's that about, and what was up with it?
I will tell you what it's about. It's about the rugby team from.
Okay.
Ooh, gosh, don't quote me on this. But,
Oh, wow.
Argentina,
Okay.
Paraguay, one of those. You know, it's about the people, the rugby team, the rugby team.
The people in the country.
It's about people. It's a movie about people
yeah,
and the
yeah.
human spirit.
Aren't they all? You know,
No.
truly about the struggle of the indomitable human spirit.
No, so it's about the rugby team from, I want to say Argentina. But anyways, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm not looking up on my phone right now. We're off script here.
Yeah.
They are flying to go to their next thing, and they crash. It's based on true story, harrowing true story. The several, gosh, I want to say like 20 almost, were actually survived the initial plane crash in the mountains, like the Alps or something. I forgot, but
Wow.
it gets to the point. It's famously they've been known as like the team that when they crash landed and they were going through their survival thing, they were there for months. They actually started eating the dead
Oh gosh.
to survive. So, and it's
When did this event happen? Was this like the 80s,
70s,
70s? Wow.
70s.
Holy. So it's like, the 70s for us modern people, it's like, oh, those savages back in the olden times, they one plane crash and they go primal,
Well, it's really cool because actually one of the real survivors plays like one of the characters' father.
Oh, that's interesting. That's great.
It's
That's
really
awesome.
cool. So they had it's not like a remake. It's more like just a retelling
Okay.
because there was a movie with Ethan Hawke called Alive.
I've heard. Okay, so
Yeah,
I was about to
it's
say,
the same thing.
I'm pretty sure I heard of a movie that was like
Yeah,
this.
same
I've heard
thing,
of that
same
movie.
thing.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Dude, it
Interesting.
is so good. Like,
Really?
it is subtitled, but Netflix gives you an option to watch it dubbed, which is
Nice.
kind of interesting. But that kind of takes me out of it if
How-
it's not like a Godzilla movie.
The
you know?
Netflix dubs are kind of dubs for live action stuff is difficult in general, and then like Netflix, I feel like it's a bit like it's not a very artistic endeavor of the dubbing. It's more of a functional thing that they're doing. Like they're doing it just to have the option. It's not really like well performed or well directed or anything.
Well, anyways, here's the thing. Like I said,
yeah.
it takes me right out of it when it's not like some schlocky 60s Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
So, not that they're schlocky. Those are peak cinema.
we love the movies. We know that.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So it's when I was watching it, like I felt cold. I'm like, man, this movie, because they're trapped in the snow, they're there for months, and then like some of them don't all make it along the way, and it's very, very well directed by J.A. Bayona, who did The Impossible, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, which a lot of people don't like that, but I do. A big recommend for me. But it's not like one of those ones that you're like, all right, let's sit down with the family and grab some popcorn and let's enjoy a nice, fun
Not a
flick.
very. Yeah,
It's a hard watch, and it's not even really like grotesque. I don't want anybody to be
maybe
worried
kind of
that.
depressing.
Yeah, there's no.
A bit like The Gray.
Well, it is It is about triumph too. Like there are survivors. Spoiler alert. Who get rescued at the end of it, and it's not grotesque. They don't like show any like overt like gore, people being chopped up, but it does do it in a way. It's where you kind of feel like you're in their situation. I'm like, you know what? I probably would have ate somebody too if I was them.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah. And they say they ate the dead, but you got to wonder, man. You got to think. Like,
Well, I think one of them
did they kill? Were they dead? Yeah, I'm sure they were dead when you were eating them, but like, were they dead when you decided to eat them?
Yeah, I mean, because they're all on ice. They're perfectly preserved.
Yeah. You're like eyeballing your buddy, be like, man, as soon as he goes,
Well, that's the thing. Like,
he's first on the dinner list.
there's, I think, because they're survivors, you have firsthand accounts of what happened, like in detail,
According to them.
and they're like talking to each other, like, hey, Alonzo, when I die,
I want you to eat me.
no, no, seriously, he's like, when I die, you have permission to eat me.
Oh,
like,
wow.
it gets to that point.
Yeah, and that is like pretty harrowing to imagine yourself being in that situation. But wow, it does. That sounds like a really interesting one. Not a fun watch, but one that you want to watch.
Yeah, and they filmed some of it at the location where it happened, and then a lot of it, they do CGI backgrounds. You can't even tell. It's so good.
That's great. Yeah, composite stuff these days. If you have a bad composite in a movie, it's almost unforgivable because it's almost like how do you have a bad composite? It's everywhere. Every movie has green screen here, green screens there. Like you don't really have an excuse to have a bad, blue screen or green screen shot in your film.
So yeah, Society of the Snow, a big recommend for me. Subjectively, I would give it like a 10 out of 10 if you're invested into the experience and you're ready to watch that kind of movie. But Other than that, if like, objectively based on, certain things here and there that people get all caught up on, I would probably give it like an 8 if you want to be like that. But you all know that we rate things based off experiences, and I would give it like a 9 to 10 based on the experience alone. So that should pretty much wrap it up. If you haven't seen Society of Snow, big recommend. If you have seen it, let us know what you think about it. And we greatly appreciate everybody who keeps coming back for the channel. So thanks a lot. Have a good one, everybody.